Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to another video on philosophical challenging ideas that I think everyone should know. Welcome to my video on why does Kenya work so hard and yet remain poor. I want you to imagine two people. One person spends all day carrying water from the river using a bucket, and another one uses a pump. Maybe they have a borehole. Both meet the goal of getting water. Both are working, but one is producing more in a given time. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings in economics. Poverty is not always caused by lack of effort. Sometimes, in fact, most of the time, it's caused by lack of productive system. I want you to look around. In Kenya, farmers are working, drivers are working, teachers are working, mechanics are working, small businesses are at work, young people are hustling every day. I want you to ask yourself, so why does prosperity remain difficult to achieve in this country? The answer is surprisingly simple. It's because effort alone does not create wealth. Production creates wealth, and production depends on systems. Consider agriculture. A farmer grows tomatoes, a farmer works very hard, but there's no cold storage for their tomatoes. The tomatoes get spoiled, value disappears. The problem was not effort, the problem is systems. Consider electricity. A manufacturer wants to expand production. Expansion of production will create more jobs, but power is expensive, or it's unreliable, or both. The factory ends up producing less because it's operating at bare minimum. Jobs are not created, value disappears. Again, the problem is not effort. The problem is the system. Consider something unique like mining. Minerals leave the country in raw form. They are processed elsewhere in another country. Finished products are sold back at a much higher price. The country exports raw value and imports finished value. The work happens here and the wealth accumulates elsewhere. This pattern repeats everywhere. Food is grown but lost after harvest. Minerals are extracted but not processed. Young people are educated but not absorbed into industry. Enough infrastructure is built without enough production behind it. The country works, but value escapes at every stage. That's why development is not simply about building roads or connecting electricity or launching new projects. Development is about building productive systems, systems where energy powers factory. Factories process agricultural products. Agriculture supplies industry. Mining supplies manufacturing, and value remains inside the country. That's when you become wealthy. The country that becomes rich did not simply just work hard. They became better at turning effort into retained value. That is the real challenge in this country called Kenya. The challenge is not more work, it's better production. The challenge is not more extraction, it's about more processing. The challenge is not more consumption, the challenge is more value creation. The deepest lesson about production and creation of wealth in this country is this: a nation does not become prosperous because its people are busy. A nation becomes prosperous when its systems converts human effort into wealth that stays at home. And until we solve that problem, we will continue working hard, we will continue waking up very early in the morning, we will continue going to sleep very late, while wondering why prosperity remains out of reach. And that is the problem. Why Kenya works so hard and yet remains poor. I hope you've enjoyed that video. Tell me what you think about my philosophy on why Kenya is poor.